Okay, Assalamualaikum everyone. Okay, so this week I'm going to proceed with compound interest. Okay, so our third subtopic in chapter 2. So let's go for introduction. Okay, so what are the learning outcomes? So by the end of this topic, students should be able to explain the concept of compound interest and use the compound amount formula to solve problems relating to the investment and loan. Okay, so what is compound interest? So compound interest, basically it arises when interest is added to the principal with changes time to time. It is paid on the original principal and accumulated past interest and not always calculated per year. It could be per month, per week or per day. So let's say in simple interest, normally we have the interest is calculated in year, okay, or even normally you do in year, but in compound interest we have it could be per month, per week or per days. Okay, so basically what you need to do is, okay, you must recall the simple interest and identify the difference between simple interest and compound interest. So let's look how it goes. Okay, so we have RM 1000 ringgit is invested for 3 years. So you want to find the interest received at the end of 3 years if the investment earns 8% annually. Okay, so I will show you the first one is by using simple interest. Okay, so here we have for interest for the first year 1000. Okay, here 1000 is the P principal, 0.08 is your R. Okay, what is R is your rate. Okay, so interest for the first year, we times PRT, so we have 80 ringgit. So in the account, amount at the end of first year is 1000 ringgit plus with the interest. So it become 1080. So for the next second year, the interest will be the same one, 1000 times 0.08 times 1. 80. So amount at the second year is 1080 80, this one, you take this one, plus with another 80 ringgit. So you will get 1160. Okay, same goes to for the third year. We have 1000 times with RT 80. So amount at the end of third year is 1160 plus 80. We have 1240. Okay, let's say you want to calculate the I. What is the interest? So you will take the S minus P, your future value minus its principal. You will obtain 240. Okay, next, for compound interest. Okay, we calculate for the interest for the first year. We have 1000 times R times T. We have 80 ringgit. So amount at the end of first year is 1000 plus with the interest. We have 1080. Same goes to the second year. Okay, we have, okay, so the difference here is this one. Okay, when you want to calculate for the second year, we take the new amount and put it here. Okay, instead of in simple interest, we maintain the principal here, P. But here, we take 1080 times with R and T. So it becomes 86.40. So the amount will be 1080 plus 86.40. Okay, so for the third year, we take the new amount in the account times with R times with T. So we will obtain the interest amount. So amount at the end of third year is 1166.40 plus 93.31. So we have 1259.71. So let's say you want to calculate the interest I, you take S minus with P. Okay, so 259.71. So this one, I just want to show you what are the differences between the simple interest and compound interest. So later on, we will see how it goes if we want to calculate by using formula. Okay, so basically in simple interest, dia punya P is maintained throughout the year, sama je. But in compound interest, okay, it changes from time to time dia punya P. Okay, bergantung pada amount yang you dapat dia tukar. Okay. So, what are the differences is, okay, compound interest based on principal which grow from one interest interval to another. Okay, so as you can see in the previous example, in compound interest, principal dia bertukar-tukar, bukan 1000. Okay, for the first year tadi memang 1000, but for the second year tu dia dah meningkat lah sebab kita dah tambahkan dengan interest tadi. Okay, simple interest based on original principle which does not change. Okay, so daripada awal pun 1000 dia punya calculation P, dia maintain dia principle dia P. Okay, compound amount assumption is exponential, simple amount is linear. Okay, allows a principal amount to grow at a faster rate. The principal amount grows slower rate. Okay, sebab principal dia berubah tadi. Setiap kali dah tambah interest, in compound interest, kita akan tukar nilai principal. That's why it is grow at a faster rate. Okay, interest for saving and investment generally calculated using compound interest. Okay, normally we use compound interest. But simple interest for loan generally calculated using simple interest. So these are the differences between compound interest and simple interest. Okay, so here we have a few terms in simple interest. Okay, we have original principal P, the original amount invested or deposited. We have annual nominal rate K. Okay, which is the interest rate for a year together with frequency. We have interest period, which is the length of time which interest is calculated. Frequency of conversion, M, the number of time interest is calculated. Periodic interest rate, I, which is the formula for I is K over M. Okay, then we have number of time interest is calculated, which is the formula is M equal to MP. Okay, so this is the formula for compound interest. So we have S, okay, S is future value or accumulated amount. We have P, P is present value or principal. And then we have 1 plus I to the power of N. Okay, so S and P ni just like you dah belajar dalam simple interest lah, future value or accumulated amount. P is the original amount lah, principal dia, nilai original amount yang you invest. Okay, 1 plus I. Okay, I is actually K over M. So what is K? K is the rate, kadar. Kalau simple interest, kita ada R. But in compound interest, we use K. So K is in terms of percentage. Okay. So what is M? Okay, M is the frequency of conversion. Later on saya akan tunjuk. Then we have N. What is N? N is M times with T. M is the frequency of conversion. Berapa kali you convert. T is time. Okay, so time here also must be in year. Mesti dalam tahun. Okay, so the difference between compound and simple is the formula. Okay, so this is the compound interest formula. So I show you how to calculate. Okay. So here, as you can see, okay, so we want to see compound interest formula for different compounding period. So normally in compound interest punya question dia ada perkataan compounding. Okay, so kalau ada perkataan compounding means we need to use compound interest formula. So kalau dalam soalan tu dia cakap compounding, annually compounded or compounded annually means your M here is 1. Okay. Annually. So this is your M. MU is 1. Okay, 1 times with T kat sini. So annually compounding means once in year. Okay, so let's say it is semi-annually. M is 2. Quarterly compounding, we have M is 4. Okay, then monthly compounding. M is 12. Sebab apa 12? Sebab in a year kita ada 12 month kan? That's why the monthly compounding dia jadi M is 12. Okay, then we have daily compounding. So M is 360. Okay, why? Because we have 300 times 360 times 360 days in a year. So kita still guna bankers rule. That's why we took 360. Okay, so now let's look at the calculation. Okay, so we are going to use this formula, which is S equal to P1 plus I to the power of N. Sorry. Okay, so for the first one, we want to find the future value of 1000. So 1000 here is your P. Okay, so we want to find your S. So how? Okay, so by using this formula, P1 plus I to the power of N. So for year at 4% compounded annually. So here is our M is compounded annually, mean our M is 1. Okay, so we substitute here as equal to P1000, 1 plus K over M. Okay, our I is K over M. Okay, so our K is 4%, 0.04 divided by 1. That's why we have 4% here. Okay, N. This one is N. So N is M times with T. Okay, M times T. Okay, so we have 4. So this is the answer. Next is second one. We have 5 years, 6 months at 14% compounded semi-annually. Okay, so semi-annually we have M is 2. Okay, 5 years, 6 months. So this one we need to convert into years. So how? So 6 months we divide by 12. Sebab because in a year we have 12 months kan. So 6 divided by 12. So 5 plus this one we have 5.5. Okay, substitute into the formula. P1 plus K. K is 14%. Okay, 0.14 divided by M. Okay, 2 ni is M semi-annually. N is M times T. MU 2 times with T 5.5. Okay, kita dah convert into years. So, dapat 11. Okay, same goes to the next one lah. It's just that this one, dia punya M is quarterly. So, what is quarterly? M is 4. Sama je. Okay, just substitute into the formula. M is 12 for compounded monthly. Then this one compounded every 2 months. So maknanya every 2 months interest, every 2 months is interest. So in a year we have 12 months kan. So you divide. So berapa kali, how many time? Kalau tu maknanya M is 6. Compounded daily is 360. So the list go on. Sama je cara you tu, it's just that your M is berubah. So you kena ingat lah. Okay, you kena familiar. Kalau dia cakap compounded semi-annual, oh you dah tahu M is 2. Compounded daily, oh M is 360. So ini semua kena ada dalam kepala you. Okay, so kalau weekly, M is 52. Okay, so this one is the same one lah, like previous example. You want to find the future value means we want to find your S. Okay, for the following investments, so we have P 20,000, 5% K compounded annually is your M for 5 years. Okay, so you just substitute. So here N equals to MT, and then we have our I, which is K over M. Okay, so same goes for this one. We have P is 30,000. Okay, P is 30,000. K is 6%, compounded semi-annually for 5 years and 6 months. So you just substitute into formula, and then you will get the answer. Okay, next we want to look, let's say we want to find interest. Okay, we want to find I. Okay, picture deposited in 1536C. Okay, on 15th of May 2014 into an account that pays 10% compounded quarterly. So you want to find the interest earned. Okay, so this one is your P. Okay, this one is your K, your M. Okay, so actually you want to find your I. Okay, so basically this one is your timeline. You punya garis masa. Okay, let's say you want to draw, you can draw. If you tak nak draw pun tak ada masalah. It's okay. It's up to you. So what is your P? Okay, principal you is this one. On 15th of May 2014, you ada 1536. Okay, so deposit. So you want to find what is your interest on 15th of February 2019. Okay, your K is 10%, your M is 4. Okay, compounded quarterly. Okay, so first of all, you need to calculate. Okay, the duration, time. Berapa lama from 15th of May 2014 up until 15th of February 2019. Okay, so this is the calculation. So this one you dah buat dalam simple interest dahulu, you calculate 1 year. Okay, so the total number is 4 years and 6 months. Okay, then you want to find I. Macam mana nak cari interest dia? Okay, first of all, you kena cari dia punya S dulu. Okay, so kita tahu formula dia is P 1 plus I. Okay, so this one is K over M. This one is M times with T. So this one, we will get this amount, 2455.53. So now you want to calculate the I. So what is the formula? Okay, I interest S minus P. Okay, take your S answer, the first one, 2455.53 minus with P, principal there. Okay, so dalam compound interest, okay, in simple interest, if you want to calculate the interest, we are using I equals to PRT. But in compound interest, we use S minus P. Okay, so jangan tertukar. Compound interest, kita tak boleh guna I equals to PRT. Kita kena guna nak cari interest, I is S minus P. Okay, so next, the same one. Find the interest earned for investment if accumulated amount is 2412 and the interest rate is compounded. Okay, so for this example, you nak cari interest, but okay, we don't know your P. So what we need to do is to find your P first. Okay, so your S is 2412.66. Okay, T is 6 here, K is 8%, M is 4. You want to find your I. Okay, you substitute into your formula, so you will get the P first. Okay, so by dividing this one, 2412.66 with this amount, so you will get 1,500. So your I will be S minus with P. Okay, so now let's look at different compounding. So here, different compounding means we have two values of M. Okay, so like say in this example, okay, we have 9,000 invested for 7 years, 3 months. So this investment is of a 12% compounded monthly for the first one. Okay, so this one is your first M. Okay, then compounded quarterly for the rest of the years. M2. Okay, so how to calculate? Okay, so you calculate the first one. Okay, the first part here. So P1 plus IN, okay, this is your P 9,000. 1 plus K is 12% divided by M. Okay, because it compounded monthly, so 48. Why is this 48? This one because it is your M is 12 times with T. Your T here is 4 years. Okay, sebab dalam in the question it has state kat sini 12% compounded monthly for the first 4 years. So for the first 4 years tu kita akan guna itulah 12%. Okay, so when you calculate, so you get this amount in your account. Okay, so amount dalam account you dah jadi ni. So you have another balance here sebab total number of year is 7 years and 3 months. Okay, so for this period, okay, what we want to do is, okay, we need to take this amount, okay, this one, okay, will be your new P kat sini. Okay, akan jadi P. So you substitute 12% compounded quarterly, so 12% M, sorry, K over M, quarterly, K is 4, okay, this one is 13. Why 13? Okay, so we take that. Okay, how many years left here? Okay, so total number of year is 7 years, 3 months. So kita dah calculate for the first 4 years. So kat sini T dia adalah 3 years. And 3 months. Okay. So M times with T, we obtain 13. So you will get this one. This is the final answer. Okay, same goes for this one. This example bersama. We have 2M. Okay, we have K is 5% for the first one, with M is 2 for the first year, and then for another year we have this one. So what you need to do is you need to calculate dulu lah from 16th of April up until 2016, and 16th of April 2016 until 16th of October 2019. Okay, what is the duration? Okay, so sama je macam next previous example. Okay, so you calculate, you substitute into the formula. Okay, so this one will be your answer. Okay. Okay, so now let's look. We have what? Let's say we have another addition of new principal. Okay, so Lolita saved 5,000 ringgit in saving account, okay, which pay 12% interest compounded monthly. 8 months later, she saved another 5,000. So dia tambah lagi 5,000. So kita nak cari what is the amount in the account after 2 years after her first saving. Okay, so first of all, you akan calculate. Okay, the first one ni, which is mula-mula RM5,000 ni. Okay, you letak RM5,000 dalam account, okay, which pay 12% compounded. Okay, 12% is K compounded monthly. So M. Okay, so kita akan calculate this one. So bila you calculate yang mula-mula 5,000 yang mula-mula tu, kita akan calculate for 2 years lah, sebab kita kira untuk 2 tahun kan. Okay, so but after 8 months, selepas 8 bulan tu dia tambah another 8,000 ringgit. 5,000 ringgit. Okay, that's why here kita plus another 5,000. Okay, tapi kat sini macam mana dapat 16? Okay, M is 12 times with pointer is okay, so this one dia dah convert and okay, so here berapa tahun lagi balance tinggal. Okay, sini adalah tinggal lagi 16 month. Okay, so this one is M is 12, T is 16 over 12. Okay, 16 month, kita convert into year, kita divide by 12. So that's why you have 16. Okay, so when you calculate this one, so you get this answer. Okay, this one is for 2 years lah. N is equal to M times with 2 years. Okay, so same goes as for this one, but this one is at the end of every year for 3 years. Okay, so for 3 years, they add up 1,000 ringgit, 1,000 ringgit. Okay, so you need to calculate the first one is for the first 2 years. Okay, this one, and then for this one, and then it's the last one, this one. Okay, so this one you calculate for the first 2 years, yang ini. So the first one is 2 years lah. Okay, from the year at the end of 3 years. So the first one ni the duration is 2 years. This one is 1 year, and then the last one is 0. Okay, now let's say we want to look at the situation when we have withdrawal. Withdrawal means you keluar duit. Okay, you want to find what is the amount left. Okay, so how? So Aris saved to 25,000 at 8% compounded monthly. Okay, 2 years later, he withdrew 14,000 from the saving. Find amount left. Okay, so this one is your P. Your K is 8%. Your M is 12. Okay, but after 2 years, you keluarkan duit 14,000. So what is the amount left? Apa amount yang left? Okay, so you calculate macam biasa. You calculate you punya S. P1 plus I over I to the power of N. Okay, maknanya you letak 25,000. Then after 2 years, you ada this amount. 29,332 ringgit and 20 cent. Okay, so what is your balance? Apa balance you? Baki yang tinggal dalam account you. Sebab after 2 years tu, you keluarkan pula 14,000. So balance is you minus. Okay, minus dengan amount you dapat. Minus with 14,000. So you dapat this amount. Okay, this is the amount left in your account. Okay. So, for this example pula, X was deposited. Mean kita tak tahu what is your amount. Okay, what is your P, principal you. Okay, in a saving account at 4% interest compounded monthly. So 40 months later, 4,200 was withdrawn from the account and the balance was 4212.39. So you want to find your value here, X. Okay, so how? Kita tahu balance kita kat sini. Okay. So, macam mana kita nak cari P here? Okay, so kita tahu kita punya S. Okay. So, kita punya S. Okay, so this one is your S. Okay. Okay, so what is your S is you kena tambah balance duit yang you dah keluar dengan balance yang you ada. So, dia jadi dia punya S. 1 plus I, K over M lah. Here is K compounded. So, K is 4% compounded monthly. M is 12. Okay, this one is M times T. So, you substitute. So, you add up these two and then you divide dengan yang ini. So, you dapat the answer 7363.93. Okay, so next example is we want to find K. Okay, how about let's say we want to find K. Okay, so we have our P, T is 5 here, we have our M and we have our S. So you nak cari K, how? Okay, so you substitute. So, okay, this one is your K. How to find is, first of all, this one, 2,000 you bring to the other side, dia jadi 3,500 bahagi dengan 3,500 divide by 2,000. Okay. So, then you solvekan this one to find the value. Okay, how to solve this one? So, ini kuasa 10 kan. So, kuasa 10, power of 10, you bring to the other side, dia akan jadi punca kuasa 10. 3,500 divide by 2,000 ringgit. Okay, so you solve this equation and you get your K is 11.51%. Okay, so next example, we want to find your N, number of interest period. Okay, we want to find your N here. So you substitute the information given in the question into the formula. Okay, so here we want to solve this equation. So how? Okay, so in this example, we need to use log. Okay, so how? Okay. Okay, so we have this equation. Okay, kita tak boleh solve kan N ni. Macam tadi kita ada 10 punca kuasa 10. Now kita nak cari N. So how? Kita kena guna log. So this one you bring to the other side. So dia jadi ini. Ini you tambah, you dapat 1.00.0025 to the power of N. So what to do? Okay, so we add log. Okay, kita tambah log di kiri dan di kanan. Okay, so for those yang tak ambil math, so log is a must topic for you. What is log? Okay, you boleh find dekat calculator you. Dia ada tulis LOG. Okay, log. So you just calculate. You tekan je dengan calculator you. Log 1.49854. So you will get this one, this answer. Okay, so in log, we have the property here. If let's say this one your power kan, you boleh bawa ke depan. So bila you bawa ke depan, dia akan jadi N log 1.0025. Okay, kuasa ni diturunkan ke hadapan. Okay, that's why N here is here. So you calculate, so N log, so this one you calculate pakai calculator, tekan pakai calculator, dapat this amount. So what is your N? So pindahkan, so dapat 162 in months. Okay, ini jawapan in months. Okay, so here we have effective rate. Okay, effective rate means we have R. Okay, normally we calculate it once a year. Okay, in compound interest we have K. K is calculated more than once a year. So katakanlah, now you nak convert lah. Actually these two rates are equivalent if they have the same future value. Okay, so sekarang future value are sama. So now let's say you want to convert lah. Okay, we have R. Let's say you have R, you want to convert to K, or K you ada, you nak convert into M. Okay, ada two situation here. So you boleh guna this formula and the last one ini. Okay, so kita tengok example. Okay, find the annual effective rate. Okay, annual effective rate means you nak cari R that is equivalent to this one. This is your K. M is 160. Okay, so you guna this formula. So you substitute information given. So you nak cari R. Okay, so you nak cari R you kat sini. You nak cari R. Okay, you solve this one. So dapat this amount. So what is R? You pindah je -1. So dapat this one. This answer. Okay, dalam percentage boleh dan decimal boleh. Tak ada masalah, sama je. Okay, next is, let's say we want to find K, but we have 6% effective rate. Okay, terbalik pula. So we want to find your K with the given R. Okay, so R 0.06, K, M. M is compounded semi-annually too. Okay, so this one you add up 1.06. Okay, so how to solve this? So we pindah 2 to the other side, dia jadi punca kuasa 2 lah. Sebab sini power of 2, dia jadi punca kuasa 2. So this amount akan jadi ni. Okay, pindah 1, 1. Positive here, we pindah dia jadi minus K over 2. So, we want to find your K. So, 2 you bring to the other side, dia jadi times darab. Okay, darab dengan ini. Okay, 1.02956 minus 1 dapat ini. 2 times with this, so dapat this answer. Okay. Okay, this one is, let's say you nak buat comparison. Okay. Which yield more interest, 5% compounded monthly ke 5.2 compounded annually? So, you ada satu. Okay. Kalau annually is R lah. So, kita nak compare. So, how to compare? So, bila nak comparison, kita kena convert dulu. Kita tak boleh convert. This one is R, this one is K. Okay, so terpulang pada you nak convert macam mana. You boleh choose you nak convert K atau convert R. Sama je. Untuk senang is better you normally we convert K lah. Okay, convert K supaya dia jadi compounded annually juga. So, kita ganti into this formula. So, kita nak daripada K, kita nak jadi R. So, kita nak cari R. So, kita substitute yang information yang ini ke dalam ini. Okay, so you dapat this one. So, here means 5.2% compounded annually. So, you compare lah. Okay. Okay, so you do comparison. Normal. Okay, so yang mana you compare antara dua ni. Ni compare antara this one dengan this one. 5.11 dengan 5.2. So, 5.2 is will yield more interest sebab rate dia lagi tinggi. So, interest akan lagi tinggi. Okay, so when we do comparison between two value of R, we choose lower effective rate if we borrow money. Choose higher effective rate if we invest. If we invest or deposit money. So, bila kita buat pinjaman, borrow money, kita normally akan choose interest rate lagi rendah. Sebab kita tak nak bayar interest tinggi. Okay, tapi when we invest ataupun kita buat pelaburan ataupun kita deposit simpan duit dalam account, kita mesti choose higher effective rate. Sebab kita nak dapat duit kita lagi tinggi, kita nak dapat interest lagi tinggi. Okay, so ingat, dua situasi berbeza, kita akan choose R dia different. Okay, so that's all for now for compound interest. If you have any question or any doubts, you can contact me directly. So, thank you. See you next week.